Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. This story was originally shared on Reddit. I've changed the names and some details to enhance your listening experience. Now imagine this: you lose your connection with Allah, you drift so far that even your name changes. But years later, Allah brings you back in the most miraculous way through the very same Quran you once learned from. Assalaamu Alaykum, my dear brothers and sisters. Today's story is about a sister who lost her faith, her identity, and almost everything, only for Allah to guide her back through a miracle she never expected. She was born Muslim, raised Muslim, and even studied Hifth as a young girl. She wore the hijab, learned Islamic studies, and loved her faith deeply. She had this green Uthmani print Quran, full of small pencil circles and notes. Her friends had written their names on it, and she'd drawn tiny flowers in the margins. It wasn't perfect, but it was her Quran, her connection to Allah. But as she grew older, life hit hard. She faced deep trauma during her teenage years, pain that tore her heart apart and left her lost. To escape, she left home and drifted far away from Islam. She found herself surrounded by people who rejected religion, people who followed pagan rituals, Buddhist chants, even some who worshipped the devil. She changed her name, her surroundings, and tried to forget who she was. But no matter how far she went, Allah's words never left her heart. Every time fear struck her, her lips would whisper verses from the Quran. The words she memorized as a child came back like light in the darkness. Those around her would listen in awe and say, "What language is that? It sounds beautiful, so peaceful." They didn't realize those weren't just words. They were the robe Allah was still holding out to her. Years later, she seemed to have it all: stability, comfort, and peace on the surface. But deep inside, she still felt a void. One night during Ramadan, around 3 a.m., her Uber driver was playing Quran recitation. The sound hit her heart like a wave. She told her friend, "Let's just sit quietly and listen." For the first time in years, she felt calm. She didn't want to leave the car. She wanted that peace to stay forever. That night changed something in her. The spark of faith that had been buried for years started glowing again. A few months later, she moved into a new house, one that, subhanallah, was right next to a mosque. She felt drawn to it, even though her family didn't understand the change happening inside her. One stressful day, she decided to visit that mosque. She dressed modestly, covered herself, and felt a strange yet beautiful sense of dignity, like a queen returning to her palace. As she arrived, young madrasa students were leaving class. Their teacher smiled at her kindly and said, "All the best." Just then, one of the girls tripped, and the teacher called out her name. The same name this sister used to have before she changed it years ago. Subhanallah. She froze for a moment. What were the chances? It felt like Allah Himself was saying, "You're home." She walked into the masjid. The air was cool, peaceful, but her heart was restless. She didn't feel ready to pray. So she looked around and saw a stack of Qur'ans on the windowsill. She reached for one, a green one, just like the one she had as a child. She opened it to a random page, and her heart nearly stopped. The page had the same pencil marks, the same circled words, the same tiny notes in the margin. She flipped to the back cover, and there they were. Her old friends' names, the doodles, even faded phone numbers. It was her Quran, the exact same one she'd lost all those years ago. In that moment, she fell to her knees and began to cry. She realized she hadn't found the Quran, Allah had brought it back to her. She prostrated, shaking, whispering through her tears, "Ya Allah, you never left me." She understood something powerful. Losing her Quran was losing herself, and finding it again was finding who she truly was. Every time she remembered Allah, even for a moment, He had been guiding her back. When she took one step towards Him, He came running toward her, and today, Alhamdulillah, her life is peaceful again. She reconnected with her family, healed old wounds, and now keeps that same green Quran by her side every day. A reminder that Allah's mercy never leaves anyone behind, because the Quran isn't just a book. It's a living miracle, a message that still calls to our hearts today. Subhanallah, this story reminds us that no matter how far someone drifts, Allah's mercy never stops reaching out. Sometimes we think we've lost our way, but Allah's light is still guiding us home. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe for more real stories that remind us of Allah's mercy and power. Jazakallah khair for listening. May Allah keep your heart connected to His words always.